The Boston Celtics are on the verge of undergoing a series of transformations, particularly with the new management coming into play, and there's a real possibility that the team could capture another title in the upcoming months. As we all know, we're now in the final stretch of the regular season, with just 8 more games before the playoffs begin. But what will happen if Boston fails to replicate the feat of becoming NBA champions? This could lead to a significant reshuffling of the roster. That's exactly what we're diving into today. Last year, we had the incredible privilege of watching all the playoff rounds up close, culminating in the championship win. And if there's interest, we could do the same for the first 3 rounds of this year's playoffs, and even the NBA Finals should the team make it. The good news is that a new owner is set to take over, while we're also facing some serious penalties due to the elevated salary cap expected for next season, which is estimated at around $500 million. A lot of questions need to be answered regarding the starting lineup, as most, if not all, of the players are considered stars in the league, earning hefty salaries. What has been built over time is truly impressive, bringing the team its first title in over 16 years. However, changes are necessary if the Celtics want to avoid further penalties that could cost them draft picks and potentially harm the franchise's future. This means trades could become a very real possibility, a reality that is inherent in the sport. It's a hard truth to accept, but it's the scenario I'm presenting today. The next few months will be crucial for every player on the team, but there's one player who will especially need to keep an eye on his performance. The reality is that trades are inevitable if the Celtics don't secure the win in the NBA Finals in 2025, and this is a tough reality I'm bringing up. In the months ahead, every team member will play an essential role. But the player who truly deserves special focus is the one who has been progressing in his career and currently holds a hefty salary that could be subject to revision. Given his performance this season, it may be the ideal time for the team to explore other options that could improve the starting lineup, which, unfortunately, doesn't involve this particular player. It's understandable to question why I'd advocate for trading one player instead of another. The central issue here is that the player in question has missed over half the games this season due to health issues, which raises serious concerns about his physical durability moving forward. My argument for trading this player, instead of someone else, stems from the fact that the team's management decided to renew his contract last offseason, signaling their intention to keep him around longer. I share that sentiment because he has proven to be an extremely valuable asset to the team since his arrival. However, I would still prefer to trade him over another player, and here's the reasoning behind my position. Next season, this player's salary will be $32 million, followed by $34 million, and then $37 million in the subsequent years. He'll turn 35 next year, and by 2028, when he's expected to enter free agency, he'll be 38. While there's no doubt that a player in this age range can still perform at a high level, as we've seen with several veterans in the league, I believe the situation with this player is different. He brings considerable defensive value and averages 12 to 14 points on a good night, but the window for making an effective trade is quickly closing. As he approaches 36 and 37 years old, it will become increasingly difficult to trade him for assets that can truly benefit the team. There may be opportunities to include draft compensation or acquire some promising young talent in the future, but I firmly believe that this season represents the best opportunity to move him, especially given his recent slight decline in production. Considering the possibility of offering some compensation and perhaps targeting a notable name in the 2027 and 2028 seasons, I believe this year will present the right moment to trade Jrue Holiday. This situation is relevant, as his performance has shown a slight decline in recent years, including this season. While it's hard to bring this up, and I can't predict what's to come, I feel that Jrue Holiday may be moved after the 2025 season if the team doesn't win consecutive titles. This realization is difficult to accept, as I have nothing against Jrue Holiday, and I don't want to see the team trade him, but we have to be realistic. It's not feasible to keep this starting lineup intact indefinitely. This is simply part of the dynamic with the new collective bargaining agreement. The team will face significant challenges in maintaining financial health while paying a player who makes $32 million annually, especially with the 2 highest-paid players in the league also on the roster. Thus, Holiday is now in a position where trade talks are likely. If the team should consider trading Jrue Holiday, I would say yes. It's a tough topic to discuss, but I want everyone to understand that it's not personal. It's a business decision. I'm leaving the floor open for you to share your thoughts in the comments section. I do have a trade scenario in mind to discuss later, but before that, I need to make sure everyone is aware of the best daily fantasy sports app available right now. For those looking to test their skills, there's a very interesting app out there. If your goal is to profit while watching sports, it's a great way to connect with different leagues. And the best part is that the app is easy to use and has an appealing interface. To create a lineup, all you need to do is select a few players based on their stats, which gives you the chance to win up to 1,000 times what you've invested. It's the perfect place to earn some extra income while enjoying the games. You can join millions of users and sign up now, taking advantage of various quick and easy deposit options this sports season. Spring is here, bringing the baseball season with it. But for now, all eyes are on basketball. I'm going to predict that one player will hit over 9.5 rebounds and assists. I also enjoy making combos, so I'm picking 2 players to combine for over 17.5 rebounds. Those are my picks. If you're interested in making your own, simply download the app and use a code that gives you a bonus on your first line. Although I predict that Jrue Holiday will be traded this offseason, he's not the only player who could be on the trade block. Other players could also be evaluated, but it's important to remember that long-term expectations don't always materialize due to factors like injuries. I chose Jrue Holiday because he's a player who can be traded more quickly compared to others, and that brings us back to the considerations regarding the future of the roster. Additionally, some positions need to be reinforced, especially given the uncertainty around a veteran player's potential retirement, and no one knows how many games another key player will still play. When entering the free agent market, it's essential to recognize that even if a player remains, trades involving other key players still require strengthening the center position, particularly given the uncertainty about the retirement of a veteran player. There are no guarantees about how many games another essential player will participate in, and the team will need to deal with the defensive void created by the loss of a key contributor. Therefore, keeping the first player doesn't mean that improvements to the roster should be halted. A very intriguing 3-team trade proposal has surfaced, where one team could acquire a young, promising player from another team, as well as an additional player to strengthen their lineup. The team originating the trade would receive other players, several draft picks, and a key player, while the third team would expand its roster with a talent capable of improving scoring, rebounding, and rim protection. This idea definitely deserves attention. It involves several moving pieces, and although the mind behind these decisions is highly skilled, the potential for this trade to be beneficial is clear. If the team's management can negotiate effectively to bring in meaningful talent, it's reasonable to believe they'll make a deal with another team. Regardless of which players enter the trade market, the management will be looking for the best possible offer to strengthen the team. There's confidence in their abilities as they have a deeper understanding of team management than many others in the industry. However, a loss in the Eastern Conference Finals or the NBA Finals could make the summer especially intriguing. A team simply can't afford to keep its starting lineup intact if it isn't winning championships. As the summer approaches, the pressure on the Celtics management will intensify, especially if the team falls short in the Eastern Conference Finals or the NBA Finals. It's no secret that in the competitive landscape of the NBA, maintaining a championship-contending roster is a constant challenge. The Celtics management has a tough task ahead, as they will need to weigh their options carefully, balancing the need to keep the team competitive while also staying within financial constraints. If they fail to capture a title this season, major changes could be on the horizon. The truth is, no matter how strong the team looks on paper, if they can't clinch the championship, a reshuffling of the roster becomes a very real possibility. The team cannot afford to maintain its current structure if it isn't consistently bringing home titles. This reality is especially true in light of the looming financial penalties tied to the salary cap. The Celtics' high salaries could hinder their flexibility in the future, and with so many key players earning large sums, adjustments will need to be made. In this context, trades are inevitable. The challenge for the Celtics is figuring out which pieces are expendable and which are essential to the team's future success. Some players may be more difficult to trade than others, but if the Celtics fail to win it all, the need for change will be undeniable. The management will need to be strategic, looking at players who have the most trade value while considering the future direction of the franchise. It's not just about making moves for the sake of change, but about building a sustainable, long-term contender. This is where the decisions become even more complicated. Players like Jrue Holiday, despite his recent decline in performance, are still valuable assets, and the team will need to decide whether it's time to move on from him. If they do decide to trade him, they must make sure they're getting the right assets in return. The Celtics have the opportunity to reshape their roster, but the stakes are high, and the consequences of getting it wrong could be severe. Ultimately, the next few months will determine the future of the Celtics. If they can't win a championship, the pressure will mount, and the team will have to make difficult decisions about who stays and who goes. The core of the team might remain intact for now, but if the Celtics management wants to build a dynasty, they will need to take bold steps to improve the roster. The clock is ticking, and as the trade deadline approaches, every move made will have long-term implications. The outcome of this season will likely shape the future of the team, and if they can't clinch that elusive title, the changes that come next could set the course for a new era of Celtics basketball. But before we continue, please remember to subscribe to the channel and give the video a like. Your support helps us keep bringing you the latest news about the Boston Celtics. Feel free to share your thoughts on the news in the comments as well. In a surprising turn of events, the Boston Celtics are reportedly exploring the possibility of trading one of their star players, Jrue Holiday. Despite his pivotal role in securing the Celtics' 2024 NBA championship, the team is now considering whether it would be in their best interest to part ways with the veteran guard. Holiday, who joined the Celtics in 2023, played a crucial role in their successful postseason run, including setting historic records during the Eastern Conference Finals. Yet, this potential trade reflects the Celtics' evolving strategy and long-term vision. Holiday, a two-time NBA All-Star and renowned for his defensive prowess, has established himself as one of the league's premier guards. In the 2024 Finals, he delivered standout performances, including a 26-point, 11-rebound outing in Game 2, making him the first guard in NBA history to achieve such a feat in the Finals. His ability to contribute both offensively and defensively made him indispensable to the Celtics' success. However, the franchise is reportedly looking at ways to improve their roster for the future, and Holiday, despite his recent success, might be part of that shift. The Celtics' interest in potentially moving Holiday has caught many by surprise. After his recent contract extension, which includes $100 million guaranteed, Holiday seemed to be a cornerstone of their future plans. However, Boston may be weighing the prospect of reshuffling their lineup to build a more dynamic, balanced team moving forward. Given the team's depth and championship aspirations, this move could signal a new direction in their quest to remain at the top of the Eastern Conference. A trade of Holiday would be a bold and risky move for the Celtics. His leadership and defensive abilities are unmatched, and his veteran presence has helped guide the team through high-pressure playoff situations. Yet, Boston is known for its willingness to make tough decisions, and this could be another example of the franchise's commitment to evolving its roster. Any trade would likely bring back significant assets, potentially allowing the Celtics to further bolster their core and strengthen their position for future championships. As rumors swirl around Jrue Holiday's future in Boston, fans and analysts alike are left wondering, could this be the beginning of a seismic shift for the Celtics, or will they ultimately choose to keep their championship-winning roster intact? Only time will tell whether the team's bold approach to reshaping its future will pay off. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to keep receiving exclusive news about the Boston Celtics, please subscribe to our channel and give the video a like. We always appreciate your comments and opinions. See you in the next video.